Hello everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. So, ladies, this is 2024, and I'm gonna remind you guys to, be careful of the kind of people you associate yourself with because this is one of the reasons why I'm making this video. Yes, we talk about relationship, but of course we're gonna talk about self-care over here and how to protect yourself from situation over here. So I came across this video on TikTok. It's going around right now. And this girl came up, and it's not the first video they really got in my feeling. Is the fact that she tried to defend herself and tried to throw the other girl that tried to defend her under the bus that really got in my feelings and pissed me off. Now, let me get this. Let me just narrate what happened over here. So this girl came up on social media telling women, oh, if a man asks you for your socials, give him, and then you can go back and delete it. Let me tell you something. I always tell you ladies, please protect yourself out here. And by all means, protect yourself out here. And no man is entitled to your socials. No man is entitled to your contact. No man is entitled to anything. But women like this are the reason why some of these men think that they are entitled to things like this. Because when you come out here and you open your mouth without researching, without thinking, using your brain to think about what you're saying, and then just blabbing it out, it starts sounding crazy. A lot of you telling women that they can't do anything. So this story over here, she's talking about this guy, that came across, she's talking about she's an influencer, this, that. And women like this will use, and I always notice it's always like dark skinned women that are friends with some of these women, and they will use it as or if it's not dark skinned women, it's always the unattractive friend that they always have, or that they feel like is unattractive, that they always have to protect them in situations like this. And I've seen topics like this, even one time on TikTok, of a girl talking about, my friend was protecting me from a guy that was talking to me in a bar. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Ladies, see, if your friend cannot step up while you're trying to, in fact, if you know the kind of friend you have, let's just start with that. Just move away from those kind of people. Now let me bring up this video because it sounds like the girl that went to protect her was not the only girl that was with her in this situation. Is the fact that there were other ladies there, and instead of them protecting this girl and forming, gathering and literally protecting her, they were just sitting down there and probably just screaming or something. I don't know what they were doing, watching this girl get brutally beaten up. So let me bring up this video over here of this girl explaining, thinking that, oh my God, yeah, she went to protect me. And I'm like, and you just stood there. This is a man that was, bothering you. And ladies, stop jumping in. One other thing, stop jumping in unless somebody's in physical harm. I understand. If somebody's physically threatened. Apart from that, if it's like women like this that be kickling and cackling with men while they are asking them for the socials, and then bringing that ignorance into social media and be like, oh yeah, just give a man your socials, what are you talking about? If you were a girl that a man doesn't find attractive, do you think he would give you his socials? Nobody's entitled to anything, and this mentality is crazy. No, I'm not giving you my socials. No. So let me bring up this video up in here.
Guy asks for your social media.
Now this is just wild. Oh, whenever a guy asks for as an excuse, because I'm pretty sure she thought about the whole scenario and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna say if they ask you, give them. Why should you give them? They could stalk you, and you could block them, and they could find another way to stalk you. So you put yourself more in danger. There are many ways to get a man to step away from you, instead of just giggling and cackling like no, no, no. And if you watch her character, she doesn't even feel remorseful. She doesn't seem like somebody that is feeling bad for the friend, because later on in the comment section she was talking about, I don't even know this girl. She was literally throwing the girl that tried to protect her under the bus, like, I don't really know her, we are not really friends, like that. So And you are not really friends like that, and she tried to protect you, and you thought, oh my god, this was a moment for you to come up on social media and tell everybody, oh, if a man this, and then proceeded to tell us all the unnecessary stories that nobody want to hear in 2024. Ladies, protect yourself. And if you have a pick me friend like this, because she's giving me pick me vibes, that think, oh, if a man asks you for this, you should just give him. I'm pretty sure she was probably entertaining that stupidity from that man, because the way she sounded too nice. It sounded like she was nice to this guy the whole time. Ladies, if a woman is out here cackling with a guy, oh no, I wouldn't give you, instead of standing on business, move aside, move away. Because you might be putting yourself in harm, and that person might not even come to your rescue.
I don't care if you have a boyfriend. Whenever a guy, I
I
don't care
don't
if you have a
like listen to that. I don't care if you have a boyfriend. I don't care if you are married. It sounds crazy. So if you have a boyfriend, I don't care if you have a boyfriend. What about if you're married then? She shouldn't care. All right.
Whenever a guy asks for your social media, give him your snap. Give him your Instagram. I don't care that he looks like an ogre. I had just finished
Wow.
at the club with my friends, and we decided to go for a McDonald's, and we literally just sat on.
And ladies, let me tell you, you hear how she said my friends, because later on in her comment section, she was like, no, she's not really my friend like that. I don't really know her like that. Because people were holding her accountable for this whole situation.
Some steps. Bear in mind we are wearing heels and quite small dresses. Obviously we're all a little bit drunk because we've just come from the club, so logic isn't really kicking in. A man decides to come up to us and says, oh, you girls look beautiful. We say thank you. Then he asks for my Instagram and I politely declined. Oh no, thank you, I'm not interested. The man did not move. He asked again. I said, I'm literally not interested. Like, no, you can't have my social media. Just decided that he wasn't gonna move until I gave him my Instagram, and he was making us all feel super uncomfortable. Probably should have just given in. If I've said no.
No, don't give in, ladies. Let me tell you something. Nobody is entitled to getting your social media, because if you are a woman that that man is not attracted to, and you went over there and start bothering him, he would not give you. You would get problems. You get me? This mentality is dangerous, because and then what? You give him your social media, you give him your phone number, he uses another phone to track you, or find you your social media, he starts stalking you, it becomes a bigger problem. Then what? What is the excuse then? When he starts stalking you? Crazy.
Once, I'm not gonna change my mind. Obviously men don't understand that. So my friend stood up.
No, men don't understand that. Oh my God. Oh my. Yes, they do. They do understand that. The fact that you're like, they're bothering us. And I'm like, girl, did you stand on business, or you were like, no? And he thought that you were just, playing, and you were going to give him later. Probably that's why he was angry at your friend, because you were possibly being nice. You didn't stand 10 toe down and be like, okay, if you were in a club, you could have just called security. Oh, the way she said, I think she said they were in McDonald's. There are securities in McDonald's. You didn't call none of them. You didn't call attention to that particular topic. And your friend literally going there and trying to defend you sends a message to that man as if she's, just being jealous. And of course, he took it out on her.
And she said, please, can you move away? She said no. He said, no, I'm not moving until she gives me her socials. My friend again said, move away. She said no, leave us alone. This man then proceeded to punch her, and she literally fell down the stairs. But he wasn't done. He ran down the stairs and continued to punch her, pull her hair. Obviously, this is a 5'4" girl against like a 6'1" man. He was so into the whole punch.
And by the way, she and her other friends just standing while one man is attacking your friend. One man. She and her other friends, because it sounded like they were more than two. She and her other friends stood around while this girl was getting brutally attacked. Wow. What a friendship.
Thing that his trousers literally fell down. Like, we could see this man's whole bum while he's got her pinned on the ground, literally repeatedly punching her in the face. We obviously couldn't stop it because we are also just gonna get beaten up. So strangers were jumping out of their car and trying to separate them, and this man just ended up running off. A massive group.
So listen to this story. Strangers had to come out of their car, from their car. Strangers. while you and your other friends were just standing around. Do you know how there is power in number? There's something called power in number. But of course, she did come out later on and be like, "Oh, she was not really my friend." Literally throw the poor girl under under the bus. Yeah, that's what she did. If you go to a comment section, by the way.
Of men like asked us what happened and tried to find him, like they all went after him, but genuinely no one could find him. And obviously with the London Underground, you can hop into any station and disappear like that. And someone who was watching it all happen called the police, and they asked for a statement from us and like a description of him. Obviously they never found him and nothing was done about it. This girl literally having a patch of hair missing from her head and bruises all over her, and I can't help but think it was my fault because I chose to say no to a man, which is crazy. The only way to prevent yourself from this happening and
Now you're giving stupid advice right now. The only way to give this to prevent this is to call the cops, call security, call attention to the situation immediately, especially if you're in a public area. So if strangers were able to come out of their cars, you guys could have just, you especially could have just easily called attention to this whole thing here.
staying safe is honestly just let them have it, because at the end of the day, as soon as they add you, you can literally block them straight away. I would say avoid giving out phone numbers just because they can still carry on calling you on no caller ID even if you've blocked them. I don't care how ugly they are, because this is actually a safety issue. No one should ever experience that in their lifetime.
Okay, first of all, that's why I always tell ladies, be careful out here, the kind of friends you are with and the kind of places you go. Because the kind of places you go can also be a lot of problem. Especially, I don't know where they went to, but it sounds like it was a crowded area. Probably not. I know my ladies over here are not. You know what? They are not entangling with all these kind of problems. Now, I'm gonna just bring out another lady that had something to say about this particular video because she read her out. Like she literally read her out. She gave her my mind.
Real as a $12 bill, and it shows more and more every day on Beyonce's Good Internet. This is the reason that I am so particular about the company I keep and the people that I associate myself with on a daily basis, but especially when I'm going out. This girl got on Beyonce's Good Internet and willingly told a story about how she went out with some of her homegirls. When they was on their way back, this dude approached her and asked her for her social media information. She tells him no. He starts to get aggressive. One of her homegirls, who she later tried to come forward and say she really ain't know the girl like that, but even with the girl not knowing you like that, she still came forward to defend you. The dude then jumps on the girl and they just stand there and watch the shit happen.
He's got her pinned on the ground, literally repeatedly punching her in the face. We obviously couldn't stop it because we are also just gonna get beaten up. So strangers with
Baby, it's supposed to be one band, one sound, and it's going the fuck down, or you can't be the fuck around. And that's just supposed to be the rule of thumb because it's strength in numbers. And that's all it is. And the sickest part about it is after the internet started chewing her up, she made a response video talking about the reason that she didn't jump in on top of the fact that it was a man versus a woman was because she didn't know the girl like that. So what? The girl didn't know you like that and still felt the need to defend your honor, still felt the need to try to defend you.
Now I'm gonna say this, ladies, don't be out here protecting any kind of. See, you gotta protect yourself first at this point, because that first girl was giving me vibes. She's giving me vibes of some of these women that I know that will, stand there knowing that something is irritating them, but at the end of the day, they will do nothing about it. And if you jump in there, it's gonna be on yours. Look at what happened to her friend. She tried to, her so-called friend tried to help her out, and instead she and the other friends were standing around and doing nothing. Yeah, standing around and doing nothing. Now, I am somebody that I don't condone violence, and I'm gonna tell you, ladies out here, this is 2024. Don't be getting your face, disfigured out here by a man because you want to protect a woman that would not protect you. Is a given here. Now, with that being said, is she a bad friend to me? Yeah. She is, because it's the fact. I could understand if she would be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know what to do," or I not even I didn't know what to do. That's not an excuse. You should have called the security because you were in somewhere in an establishment, and not only that, you could have just called the cops, but you did not do that. You did not do that, and we are talking about London here. You did not do that. You let that scenario play out. So that one is on you. You didn't help your friend by calling attention to the situation. You didn't call any security guard. You didn't call the cops. None of you did anything while this girl was going through all of this. This is fake friends. And this is 2024, ladies. I'm going to just say this. Protect yourself. Be aware of the kind of friends you have. If you have a friendship like this that you have to play bodyguard to your friend all the time, she's giving me the vibe of that friend that you have to play bodyguard to all the time. And I know girls like that. I know women like that. Not They're not my friends, but I know people like that. That they will go somewhere with you and then you will have to come out and start playing bodyguard. See, I'm not doing bodyguard. I'm not playing bodyguard. She's giving me one of those, like I saw a video last year of, this girl, she was on the heavier side, trying to protect her pretty blonde friend. And what did she get? She got beat up. She got beat up. And a pretty blonde friend was on the backside doing nothing. Just, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, you are not somebody's bodyguard out here. If they cannot have your back, it is nothing. I know women like this, believe me. And I'm not saying the other girl shouldn't have protected her, but it's the fact that she came out and she was like, "Oh, I don't really know her like that." Was she your friend or was she not? Ladies, protect your face out here, because this is the thing. Not all friends are friends. There are some friends that will take, especially those friends that will take. And one more thing, don't be following every woman to any kind of place. If it's not classy, do not go there. If it's not a place that is respectable, somewhere that you have good security, do not. Because I also know some girls that would like to go to rough areas. Even go with some of your friends that do not go to places. I've had the time, in my earlier years, of girls being like, "Oh, Karen, do you want to follow us to this part?" And I'm like, "That part is rough." And they're like, "Oh, yes, but it's okay." I'm like, "No, if you want to go there, go alone. I'm not coming with you. I'm not, if it's not somewhere where I know that there are security everywhere, I'm not coming with you." Hello, Sun and Sunflower. Hi, girl. I'm almost finished today with this particular topic, because I have another segment of podcast that I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it today, but I will see if I can do it today after this particular podcast. I might actually do it immediately, maybe after 1 hour, because I need to rest a little bit. And the whole thing is crazy. So her friend was there for her, and she just was just standing around with her other friend, later on coming out and being like, "Oh my God, she's not really my friend like that." Other people jumping out of the car. So if you guys were like four of you and that guy alone, you want to tell me that nobody could have thought of something? Mm. Protect yourselves out there, and don't be following girls that like to go to rugged areas. Areas that that is harmful to you. No. That you're gonna have to be playing protector and bodyguard. No, do not do that. If your friend comes around and be like, "Oh, there's this bar or this club," and that area is rough, do not go with that friend. If she's used to that, let her go there alone. Because some of these women, I know women that will just have other female friends, just to either look prettier than them, or just to have them as the bodyguard or the ugly friend. I know this. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And the other friend that they will be bringing with them will always be like the protector, the bodyguard, and it never ends well for the bodyguard. Let me tell you something. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Thank you all for joining me today. Do not forget to press that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. With that being said, have a great day and goodbye.
You block them straight away. I would say avoid giving out phone numbers, just because they can still carry on calling you on no caller ID even if you've blocked them. I don't